men are honestly, obviously going to be part of the conversation because children do not get created without men, right? When it comes to policy, I think the problem is that people have such different views about this that it really is best that we have these discussions outside of the policy realm. And so I think that men can be pro-life. I think they can be pro-choice. I think they can be very vocal. And in fact, I think they should be very vocal about what their views are when it comes to abortion. And I think that the best realm for them to control whether or not abortions are happening are in their personal discussions with their sex partners over whether or not what decision would be made in the event of a pregnancy.
I mean, you get where I'm coming from, Nate, on this. Like, every time there is a big abortion story in the news, we always are treated to sort of this robust Twitter commentary and memes and graphics about like how a courtroom full of men decided what to do with women's bodies, as if men are not part of the equation when it comes to creating babies in life.
Right. Well, it's also just a canard because if you actually look at the leadership of most of the major pro-life organizations in America, they're disproportionately female. I mean, the pro-life movement is driven by women, and it's often women who are the most concerned with pro-life issues. So just as a stereotype, it's not actually just straight white men who are controlling women's bodies.
Well, I think here's what it comes down to. No, men should not be able to control women's bodies, and neither should other women. This should be it's a deeply personal decision. It's one that touches upon people's religious views, upon their personal bodily autonomy, upon their health, upon their entire life, their economic resources, everything. And I think that that's something that really, at the end of the day, should be a personal decision.
The question, of course, and I think you'd agree with this, Kat, is whether or not it's just a woman's body, right? Because I think to a certain extent, if the formulation is that it is just controlling women's bodies, we would agree that the government shouldn't be telling women what to do with the very sort of basic autonomy in terms of their body. If we're talking about a baby, if we're talking about a human life, the equation changes, because we would all agree that one of the most fundamental things that the government should do is protect the life of a human child.